thought of Drew's offense so far?
I like it. You know, it's hard not to like when we got so many playmakers. He knows what he's doing, spreading it out well. So you know, like I said earlier, one play from one person could help the whole team. So it's just like we just got to go out there and execute. He's doing his job real well though. We are, and we all help each other though.
Jamo, watching you out there at practice today, I was kind of taken back to when you first walked out on the field here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, like, your first training camp?
Yeah.
It felt very distant from what we see from you now. How different of a player, a person, everything do you feel, and a teammate?
I feel like I've grown a lot, you know, just with age and, you know, growing with the game, matured a lot. It's just part of the game, though, I would say. Day by day, I've been trying to get better. Like I said, stack days. I just want to work my way to being, and my ending goal being a top receiver.
Cameron, we've seen you make a lot of hands catches out here, like just snatch the ball out of the air, and something that Dan references one of the areas where you improved a couple of days ago. How much of a focus was that for you this offseason?
You know, it was a daily focus. I'd catch the ball every day. I was catching balls every day. So I was just focusing in on. I just want to be like the receiver. No matter where it's at, I gotta catch it. No matter if it's I just gotta go catch it. So that's what I've been working on really. I don't want no mishaps or nothing. No matter where the ball at, I'm just trying to go catch it. So that was my main thing on working on the catches.
Back-to-back 1,000. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say, saw you chopping it up with Gibbs, you know, during that one special teams period. What's it like to have him at least back out here watching?
Oh, it's good, man, you know, because he the best of the best. And, you know, hopefully coming up we get to see my boy, you know, get something done so he could be back out here with us in his jersey and stuff. So, you know, I'm really excited for him. I know what he could do for us, and I know what he could do for himself and his team. You know, he's a real great player. I think one of the best in this league.
Got any advice for him as he goes through this?
Any advice? I don't know. I don't know. Like we probably in two different situations. You know, his is different. He like the best player in the NFL. So like, I don't know.
You said you wanted to be considered one of the top receivers in the game. You have had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. What is it going to take in your mind to be kind of one of those guys that you think are, you know, the 10 best receivers?
You know, more of that, a lot more of that. You know, I just got to, like I said, got to keep stacking, keep getting better every day. You know, I can't worry about what everybody else got going on. It's just focusing on me and my team.
From a confidence standpoint, how much did last season help you? I mean, because, again, first half of the season, they were getting as many targets, but then, you know, Dan takes over and you start, you know, really coming through when they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And how much did that really kind of, the whole season and how it played out kind of really help you from a confidence?
You know, I just had to stay down and stay focused. Like you said, it was games where I had 0 catches, 0 targets, but that don't be on my mind. You know, after the day, I'd be past that because, you know, we most likely got to win that game. So, you know, can't be mad over it too long. But I just stayed down and stayed focused. I knew my time was going to come, and I knew, like, what I was going to do when my time come because when my time come, it's like the ball is in my hands, and I know how to control it. So, you know, it really wasn't that hard. I just got to stay down and stay focused. It's everything, same thing I've been doing my whole life.
And also just from like a standpoint of the production, it's been a linear growth pattern. I mean, like every year you're producing more. You just talk about also what that means to you, I guess, from, you know, where it could possibly go, I guess.
I don't know how to answer that. Where it could possibly go, I think you know, I just try to focus on, like I said, stacking, getting better every day. So I guess it can go up and up.
Mm-hmm. Jamo, should Jahmyr be the highest paid running back?
Yeah, of course, no question. He the best. You know, like look, I wouldn't even say look at the stats, look at the film. Nobody close. He the best.
What does he mean to this team and this offense?
A lot. When 0 get on the field, it's like it's game changing for us, because like to me he unstoppable. Like he get through the line of scrimmage, he goes 70. Get through the line of scrimmage, make somebody miss, Like it's just I love playing with him. I love watching him. Like he got one of the best games I ever seen.
You two race yet?
Nah,
It's gonna happen.
I don't know. I don't think we need to race.
Jim, when you see the fans out here in practice, what kind of dynamic does that add? Hearing them kind of, ooh and on out there.
It bring a boost to us. I know some guys like putting on the show for the fans. These fans die hard Detroit Lions fans. So that's what we come out here for. We come out here to work and put on a show for them. They love this team. They embrace the team. We embrace them. It's kind of like a love relationship. We go out here and put on a show for them, and they come out here and have fun.
Ready for pads?
Pads, yeah, I think that's tomorrow. Y'all gonna be out here? Watch me.
Oh yeah, I'm all good. I had to do a little eval. It was a funky play with DB. I was trying to get up, he kind of kicked me in the head. I had to go do a quick eval, but I was good. I'm clear. So I felt great today. Concussion eval, whatever it was on the iPad, but I feel good though.
Then when you crashed through the line.
Yeah. I was about to make that play, and I was trying to get up, and I think DB was trying to jump over me or something, and kicked me right in the head. So.
When we talked to you in the spring, you were talking about feeling so much better, and
Yeah.
Dan told us even on one day earlier this week that you guys watched a ton of film, and that you didn't realize, but you were maybe favoring that leg.
Yeah.
How imperative is this summer camp for you? Is just going into this season for you mentally, physically?
Huge. I think mentally, nothing's really going to change for me. I was there mentally last year. It just physically, I just wasn't all the way there like I wanted to be. Like I was telling him, you can see it right there, but if you can't get to it, you can't get to it. Now I got 2 legs, and I have no excuse. And I feel wonderful out here now. So I really feel like I'm back to me, playing like me, getting off the ball like me, getting off blocks like I usually do. So it's huge, though. These reps here in training camp, they matter. People hate training camp. It's long, this and that. But these reps matter out here, and that's what gets you better. It's cliche, but it does. And me being out here now, being able to get those reps, be with the guys, most importantly, build that chemistry, it's been really good. So.
Do you feel a little different, though? Like you're kind of in this veteran leadership role now?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a lot of changed faces here.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying that as well. It's kind of wild to think about that I am 6 years deep, but that's why I'm trying to use my voice more. I try to lead by example every play, but I'm trying to use my voice more, just talking to the rookies, getting them tips here and there and whatnot, celebrating plays. I am in that position now, and I'm going to take that role. So.
I know you weren't going to acknowledge last year that you might have been limited, but when you go back and watch yourself on tape, do you see what Dan's talking about? You might have been favoring one thing.
Did I see? I knew. I knew. I knew that I wasn't 1,000%, but I was good enough to go do what I needed to do. But I just, I wasn't 1,000%. It's just how a human body works. There's nothing you could do about it. But I knew. And going back and looking back at it, you can really tell. But when you look at me now, you can really tell the difference. How that off season, the summer work, how much stronger I've gotten, how much more confidence I've built with this leg through my mind. So, yeah, it's night and day difference now, but, yeah, I could tell.
With Aiden going through such a dramatic, intense rehab, and for you guys to both be in camp and to not think about it as much, do you guys look at each other with a nod and just feel like, okay, we're back?
Sometimes, but I ain't lie. We don't even – that's in the past. When you just had to remind me. I'm not going to lie. I forgot Hutch did that because Hutch came back. You wouldn't know Hutch did that at all. So it's in the past, but sometimes I think about it. I'm like, because I wasn't out here at one point. And it was hard for me to kind of process that because I've never not played football. And it was a little weird. But being back out here now, I don't take it for granted. So every event, you just threw me off. Every chance I get, I try to be thankful out here for sure.
When we were talking to Shep earlier today, he was taking it kind of personally where this run defense kind of slipped to last year. How personally do you take it, and how committed are you in the middle of this defense to make sure you guys get back to what you were in 24?
Super personal. That's my job. That's why I'm here. It's to stop the run and get to the quarterback. So that falls on us directly. So I take that super personal, and we're going to go into the season thinking that same way. And that's how we're practicing right now. But I take that super personal. That's literally why we are D-linemen. That's why we're here. So we want to be first in the league. I don't know what we were, but we want to be first in the league. So. Yeah.
I know it's only been one day, but how is it having Devin White now join the team, having been to the Super Bowl? What does that kind of mean to your defense to have someone who's been there, knows what it takes to get there? How is that having him aboard?
True, that's a lot because, I've never been there, so I don't know what it takes to quite get to that point. We've been to NFC Championship, but we haven't been further than that. And, just bringing that experience in, a guy like Devin White, a guy I watched growing up playing, that's going to be huge. I know he's got a lot of knowledge on him. He was already out here today, so I think it's going to be great, though. I think it'll be great.
We talk about chemistry on the offensive line a lot, but
yeah.
You and Tyleek getting a bunch of reps, how important is that to you guys kind of building that chemistry?
Very, very much so, because we can start calling knick-knack little things we want to do in there that maybe not be in the call. We can start calling it ourselves, start running some stuff, but it's very huge, very huge. But me and Tyleek have a great chemistry already, so I think it's gonna be wonderful in there. It's gonna be fun. So, but we got a great chemistry going off the field, on the field. So it'll be good though.
Do you feel like there's an opportunity to kind of use you guys interchangeably a little bit?
Yeah.
Kind of like the body transformation you kind of with?
Yeah, 1,000%. I think that's always the goal, probably anywhere, but especially here, because we do a lot of things where maybe we have to jump the front a little bit. He'll go to the 3, I'll go to the 1. Within the play, like if a wide turbo, whatever, wide divide. But yeah, I think that's definitely a plan, and we can do that. We can definitely do that. So yeah.
It's like for you when you got the news?
I mean, it was good. Just wanted to get back with a winning program, try to help them, do whatever I need to do, just to be a help. That's all.
What is it about the Lions that you like?
I feel like the play style on defense is very aggressive. They use all their players to their strengths, and I know I got a lot of strengths that could be used, and I think this is an organization that can bring them out.
What was the last 24 hours for you like? Where'd you get to the track?
Flew in Friday night, did some medical stuff Saturday, and just got the rolling today.
Just first impressions, obviously no pads, still kind of acclimation period, but just first impressions of what you saw out here.
I think the speed of the game, I think doing everything at an intense level. He harped on that, just being all out. That was part of the thing he said, Coach Dan was like, I was in New Orleans when we was in the same division, and that's what stuck off the tape always about you is that you just go 100 miles per hour. So just being able to come over here and fly around.
Did Shep share any of his expectations for you? I know that he's keyed in on your leadership as well, and plus another LSU guy.
Most definitely. He just told me to come in and, just be you. Get a hold to the system and, just hit the ground running. So they threw me in the fire today. First day I was in there. It's different, same coverages, just different terminology. So I'm trying to get that terminology down with the coverages that I know. But I like being thrown in the fire. I like being able to compete. It's a lot of great guys in the room, and I just want to fit in where I fit in.
Did you and Chef have any previous connection with the LSU?
I mean, we personally knew each other just on the, LSU connection, but not no talk on the phone every day. Like, I wouldn't say that. Hopefully that relationship finna grow stronger now that I am kind of under his wing right now, since he is the defensive coordinator and, he draws everything up, so I kind of want to think just like him.
Definitely had some opportunities before this. Were you waiting for the right time, right situation?
Yeah, I feel like coming off last year, losing season, that was like first time ever since I ain't never had a losing season in my career since I was a kid, so that was very hard. And, you try to, dot the I's and cross the T's, and you want to put yourself in the best position to win. In this league, winning is fun. And, you got to work hard to be able to win. So I knew this was a hard-working, winning organization, so I felt like it was just the right fit.
And did this been in the works for a minute before even the roller injury? Or?
Yeah, I mean, no. Oh, I don't know nothing about that, but I know we talked, early in free agency, and, we want to revisit, and so it's kind of always been on the ship.
How have you been spending most of this offseason making sure you're in mental shape, you're in physical shape?
Yeah, I think mental the most part, just never knowing what's next. If you're going to do something next or do you want to, whatever you want to do in life, I think that's that's more important than physical. Physical, just working out, got a good team around myself that just keep me going. I was able to come right in, get right on the field, and even when I wasn't going, I got with the strength coach and did more work just to keep going. It's all about the work that you put in, so even though I'm here, I'm instead of putting in more work, just trying to show these guys that I can be a part of this team and I can help.
Hey, Devin, what are you new Casey Rogers well?
Oh, yeah.
Did you talk to him at all before?
I actually didn't, and I didn't even realize he was still here. I knew he was here, but I didn't realize he was still here. But when I seen him in the building, man, we did a lot of things together as far as working with the front in Tampa, me blitzing off those guys and putting in certain stunts and stuff. So that was a good, because he know my play style, he know what I can do, and he can help those guys be able to utilize me even more, because he's actually been in the building with me for 5 years.
What did you mentioned a little bit like what the losing did last year, but just on a personal level, did it do something good for you too to play the way you did, all the tackles you had after?
Yeah, I mean, I know, just for me, I was just excited to be playing the game, just happy to be out there flying around. But like I said, self-accomplishment don't mean nothing. You want to be able to win. Like, it's coming from a person that hosts that trophy up with a lot of other guys, and that's the greatest feeling in the world. So I just want to get back to that. All the self stuff I did, that didn't mean nothing to me. It was just showing everybody else, man, he can still run, hit, go get the turnovers and get tackles for a loss. So that's what they needed to see. But for me, it's about winning and being a team guy.
I think some people wrote you off.
Yeah, they probably thought I didn't have it no more, but it's okay. That's why the book keep going, I'm gonna put the ending to it.
And I know that having like Super Bowl experience, knowing what it takes to get to that level, what does it mean to kind of, come to a team, a program that's never been there before? How can you kind of use that experience to help those guys?
Just the way I work, but the way I work is the way they work as well. They got all the attributes and they doing all the right things, even self-aware things, just working on self, like 4 minutes at the end of practice, just putting yourself in position because you never know when it's going to come up. But when it come up, you're ready to, take over on it, and I think that's one good thing that I seen on the first day of practice for me is we were just situation aware, and that's really, really good. And obviously hard work pay off at the end of the day, and that's what this team is about. That's what me and Coach Dan talked about. He was like, this is what I expected of you, fly around, and that's what I want. That's what we're about. And I asked a couple guys like, what's the standard around here? And it's like, man, all out. So I think I fit right in.
Are you a chip on your shoulder guy? Are you taking notes of the doubters out there?
Nah, I don't really worry about the doubters. I mean, at the end of the day, I got to go out there and do the job. I don't know who doubted me. I don't know who for me. I know my family for me, and I know this organization behind me right now because if they wasn't, they wouldn't have brought me in. So I'm just here to, help these guys.
Who in particular did you talk with that kind of helped you establish that standard? Was Jack Campbell one of those guys?
Yeah, one of the first guys that reached out, talked to him. I think he was like real, big on the standard and just talking ball.
You had a bunch of teams that were potentially interested in you, your resume, just kind of how you wanted to play it, like wait for the right team, the right fit to come on and send us out.
Yeah, I feel like just jumping out there head first and putting myself back in the position that I was in last year. A lot of other teams, they probably be a lot of pieces away from getting to even the postseason, and I really didn't want to deal with that right now. I want to go in and be able to help a team that really wants to win right now. And obviously the culture around here, the previous seasons, you can see it. And I think this just was the right fit for me, being around some ball coaches, like who actually played the game and can actually get out there hands-on with you. And like, let's keep improving. Let's keep improving. Whatever they feel like I need to improve in, they can actually get out there and coach me, because they did it before, so they know exactly what they're looking for.
You think Shep can still play?
He probably could. He athletic. He look athletic. He run around, so I think he probably still could, but he's doing a good job calling the plays right now.
Were you considering any other teams? I mean, is it?
I was, but it don't matter. Yeah. I didn't pick them. Yeah, we didn't agree with them, so it didn't matter.
How long did that process kind of play out, though?
It started as soon as free agency came, and we didn't rush it. I think that was the biggest thing for me, is just getting to a team where you can grow. You can't grow when there's a lot of like downside going on, and I think it's a lot of upside here. So no matter what I do, it's a lot of room for growth.
Obviously, the first part of your career is spent with Tampa. That's what people most associate, and then this most recent period has been a few teams here and there. Do you see this as like a chance to kind of establish that kind of solid ground that you've had at the outset of your career?
I don't know. I just want to keep learning the plays first. It's a new playbook, different language, same coverages, but that's all I'm focusing on now. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I really don't care. I just want to help this team, and whatever on the back end of that'll come. I really don't like to think to the future. I just like to put myself in my shoes today. And right now, I just finished day one of practice, and it was a good one. And I got to go back and get back into film study so I can come back tomorrow with the pads on. It'll be a lot faster and a lot more physical. So I'll be trying to get acclimated to that.